The first church built in Nigeria, the Cathedral Church of St. Peter, was established by Andrew de Salu Wilhelm, and it was later perfected by a British man, Reverend Henry Townsend. On arriving in Nigeria, Reverend Townsend had come to Abeokuta through Badagry. It was said that he was received by an Igbo warrior named Chief Sode. Sode, who was unable to speak English, had gotten Andrew de Salu, who was a freed slave, as an interpreter to help him communicate with the British Reverend. De Salu, who was a teacher, catechist and evangelist, was educated by the British when he was a slave. He was an Igbo man captured with other slaves by colonial masters, but he was later freed and he settled in Sierra Leone before moving back to Ogun State. After his return to Abeokuta, he started to rally freed slaves and he built a shelter he named Wazinmi, Come and Rest, for them. He began to preach the gospel of Christianity. When Townsend returned to England for church ordination, de Salu stayed back to continue to preach the gospel, and he built a shed that became the first foundation of the Cathedral Church of St. From 1842 to 1846, de Salu preached around Abeokuta, rallying freed slaves to give them a place to stay and tell them about Christ. He became a spiritual father to many people, but the shed could not be dedicated and members could not be baptized due to the absence of a priest. In 1846, Townsend returned to Abeokuta with a group of missionary pioneers who helped him complete the church on September 6, 1898, 52 years after the foundation was built. The first Mass was celebrated in the church on June 29, 1880. Although a bigger auditorium has been built, the original structure is still intact, and a statue of Reverend Townsend was also erected as a tourist site.